left at 0-0.
Alrighty. Alright, let us start this video in 3, 2, 1, go.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to ADMW 2.2 Reddicediaries versus SirJasonCrage. Joined with us is Puddnhead and Koshade.
Hey!
Thanks, Zot. How's it going, man?
What's going on? All right, what do we got today?
So, we got Paladin versus Necro and Red Dice versus Jason, but Jason is playing the Paladin and Red Dice is playing the Necro, just to mess everybody up.
It's the meta build. You think Jason chose Paladin so we could try and beat him in a Paladin versus Paladin match?
I have no idea.
Cheeky.
No idea.
Super cheeky if that's what he did.
Looks like we're seeing Meditating Monk from the Paladin and Graveyard from the Necromancer.
Me already.
Yeah. And that Graveyard is very defensive.
Yeah. And we see a Battleforge that's trying to get as far forward as possible. Just like, alright, I guess we have to play this game super offensively, so Meditating Monk is probably just going to chill back most of the game. Jason, I don't know if Jason likes to bring him forward, but usually you see Meditating Monk just be a mana crystal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't get it. I'll be honest, I don't get it. Meditating Monk is just like, eh.
Well, it's one spellbook point and four mana, I think. I think it's 4.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah,
but,
it's true. There's reasons, but at the same time, like, you have to use an action to get your mana.
Yeah.
And you might not always get your mana because
later in the game, when you don't need necessarily the mana, he could turn into an action advantage / attacker.
Yeah, I mean, that's the way to use it, is so that you can get a pass without having to pass, right? Like,
yeah,
when you can't pass, you can actually pass.
That's an ideal. Having the ability to pass is a decent advantage in the game to try and get. I mean, he does kind of have to worry about, an Idle Pestilence going down because it is Necromancer, but it's not like it's a big deal.
Maybe he does that to force potentially an early play of the idol.
Yeah, that's a good point. I mean, with the Battleforge being this far back, an early idol wouldn't actually be terrible, just because it might cause him to separate himself from it. And especially with the position of that Battleforge, it's I actually like it, just because it makes it harder to wall it off.
The Battleforge? Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, zombie brutes, Dawnbreaker rings. Alright, they're gearing up to fight each other.
We're gonna see we see the Eternal Servant going on that brute.
Ooh, ouch.
It's an interesting move to put it on the brute, just because they're hard to kill. I've seen it a lot of times go on like Skeletal Knights, just because they're easy to kill, but like you kind of want to run one of them just because of how they're unique in their own way.
It's so much mana to recast it, though.
That's really true. I mean, same thing with brute, but
for the piercing one.
Yeah, it's true too. The piercing one is really good.
It's free piercing one, and I guess you want something with piercing against the Battleforge.
We see a double move here.
We're gonna see a ballista. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boom.
And that's how you kind of flip the scales on a defensive mage here.
I don't know if he has enough backup though. He does have a forge.
What do you do against a ballista like this when you're a necro?
Do you fireball it?
Do you run fireballs? Is that in your necro?
I mean, you want to do something like that, and fire is so useful more often than not, because you get the burns and you get the extra dice against a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Force Hammer is conjurations. I mean, as a necro, I don't know if I'm really afraid of a ballista.
I mean, I guess like killing the graveyard is like super tough to do.
Right, it's almost as good as a lair.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, if they kill your creatures, it's kind of like good luck. You know what I mean? Like they're pretty hardy.
It's a 5-die attack. The piercing 3 doesn't matter against your
Yeah, exactly. That's some value of that card that just kind of is useless.
And that piercing 3 is part of the cost of the ballista. So.
I mean, if you might bait the necro into running something in there to try and deal with it, and then Pillar of Light or Pillar of Righteous Flame it or something. But I don't know if Red Dice is going to take the bait here.
I actually really like Red Dice's play here with the Meditation Amulet. I kind of wish we saw some sort of battle forge actually, but maybe because he saw a paladin, he chose not to. In some of the old Thunderdome games, we saw the meditation amulet graveyard battle forge was just insanely good for Necro.
Another zombie brute. Dang.
Yeah, that's impressive.
Swarm of brutes is pretty harsh. And you see the paladin with his deployments of equipment as the Dawnbreaker's Ring and was it Gauntlets of String.
Oh yeah.
So that implies melee.
Probably the sword.
Well, and the best way to fight a solo paladin is going to be a swarm of very hard to kill creatures.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I mean, if really, if you look at it, like Red Dice has 3 mana, so he's probably going to meditate. But I mean, if these brutes get up to that ballista zone, they'll just kind of own the zone.
Oh man, he's attacking the Necro.
Yeah, and the proper counter to ballista, if they choose to attack your mage, is really just like regrowth or regrowth belt or something. It's just like it's not going to really do that much damage in the long run if you just have passive healing.
Right. Yeah, 5 damage.
It's when they go after your creatures or your conjurations that it hurts. I mean, 2 brutes, man. That's tough. That is a pretty strong force there.
Yeah. Brutes, man.
And Jason has 15 mana, so we might see... we're seeing the Malachai's Basilica, so he's probably going to go with the sword. We're probably going to see wherever those brutes end up. What is that? The Pillar of Righteous Flame.
Yeah.
That sort of thing. Oh, he didn't meditate. So he's feeling pressure here, I think.
Interesting. 2 temples, huh?
This.
Yep, for a heavy melee.
This is a solo paladin here.
Yep.
That's what we're really seeing.
Solo paladin's hard to do.
He's going to have to contend with a graveyard, though.
Yeah, that's not easy.
If he's planning to go solo, he should just kill the graveyard. I'll be honest.
I disagree with how he attacked the mage, because I agree with you, Puddin, is that like the solo mage just trying to focus on the Necro is just not going to work for him, because...
I mean, unless he has a lot of sources of elusive.
I don't know, Zach, what do you think of this game?
Well, I think what it is, the paladin's trying to initiate hostilities against the mage early so that he might be able to, or the swarm gets completely on deck.
Just burn him down?
To focus the mage down. And until he gets some more threats on the board, that's going to be a challenge.
Yeah, he's got
threat for sure, and his mage is a threat because he's going to be able to do all this melee damage, but these brutes are going to just keep coming online.
Yeah, he's got 11 mana, 1 on the graveyard. Like he can just keep casting all sorts of stuff right now. Interesting choice of pants. I guess that was his backup if he didn't meditate.
Did he use his quick cast that turn?
I don't think he did.
So he needed the position.
Did he enchant himself?
No, that was early. Pretty sure that was earlier.
Yeah, I think because he only had 3 mana, so if he moved 1, he couldn't meditate, so the pants would be 2.
Yeah.
Oh, he's cast 4 things: the graveyard and an enchantment, the meditation amulet, and the pants.
Yeah.
There's the sword.
Now, if you literally just dissolve that sword, like that cuts so much damage.
That was probably too early of a deployment.
Yeah.
He should have deployed something else, and then when he's ready to attack, quick cast the sword and attack with it.
So at least you get 1 good hit with it.
Right. So he should have deployed something else.
Yeah. Well, that's why it's curious to me that he didn't use the Champion's Gauntlets, because that makes it so deploying the sword or dissolving the sword is a lot harder.
Right.
I mean, is that 1 melee really that much? A big deal. There's the Fire Stream.
Ooh. This could be good.
Was potential 6 damage here. Flame plus 2.
12.
Well, yeah, but average is going to be 6. It should.
Yeah, I know, right?
Probably won't kill it.
Oh, look at that roll! Holy cow!
Oh, there's a fire stream.
Well, that was what you call a lucky fire stream.
Well, he didn't get enough damage to kill it though.
No
He got 1 damage off.
He'll get it before it shoots though. Next round.
Yeah, he's gonna have to waste an entire spell to put 1 damage on the thing.
I mean, I was thinking his brute would just kill it or something.
His brute could just walk up and whack it.
He could, but then he's in range of the dangerous paladin with light +1 on him.
I guess what he could do is move up with his necro dissolve. Can you dissolve? Is it 7?
No, it's 8. The sword is 8.
Is it 8?
Yeah.
So he should wait. Oh no, he shouldn't do that though. Ooh, okay, so
he guarded with the light vulnerable zombie.
Yep.
He's probably fearing a pillar in the ballista zone.
Well, Paladin can just move in pillar. And pillar costs 9 though.
Oh, does it cost 9? I thought it was 8.
Yeah. Pillar costs 9. Alright, he gives himself an armor, and then gives himself an enchantment.
Ooh, what is that? Ooh, what are those?
2 enchantments.
One of them is eye for eye, because that is direct damage against the zombie.
That's a good point. I could see Bear Strength or Rhino Hide being the other one.
Yeah, he does seem to be buffing his attacks. I'm wondering if he's got some armor on there, or... Yeah.
Yeah, he chose to get armor from his hand, which I think was a good choice, because he needs that armor. He's going to meditate.
Yeah.
Good job. That was good.
Not in a hurry.
So 20 mana, another brute's coming out.
Probably.
Yeah. Did he quick cast?
Yeah, he quick casted the fire stream, and then he meditated. So we got 13 mana to 20 mana. It is very much looking like a solo paladin there.
It is. And that's a really rough matchup without something to do some action advantage. But it's not enough. So he'll probably deploy gauntlets to protect the sword.
No, he's got gloves on already.
Oh, you're right. Oh.
Yeah, I would deploy armor if I were him.
One of the holy armor, the radiant breastplate's really good because after he acts, he can give 2 mana and put a guard marker on himself to retaliate against zombie strikes.
Yeah. One of those enchantments could be retaliate too. That would be a good choice in a solo
That
mage.
That would be solid, for sure.
Or he could just Pillar of Righteous Flame from there.
Well, he could deploy a buckler, attack, and still have mana for a luminous blast.
Yeah, there you
A
go.
buckler would be pretty good too.
He's also got the monk, so he gets an extra mana if he wants it.
I would probably go armor here, just because brutes can lay on very high dice very quickly.
He's not damaged yet, so it's not dangerous. Oh, he's gonna challenge during the.
He has initiative, so he challenged a brute and made it the light plus.
So that's tough.
He's thinking he might be able to one-shot the zombie.
Yeah, I mean, usually in this case, you want to have luminous blast, and you want to get it dazed before it gets a chance to hit.
If I'm red dice at this point, I'm planning Surging Wave right now.
Oh yeah. Oh, good call, man.
Or if he has block, that's even better.
That's probably one of the biggest problems of running a solo mage is, you know, you have to galvanize yourself or have some way to deal with that surging wave.
If he does have Galvanize on, that's props to him.
That's reading the game right there for sure. Looks like the Ballista's probably going to get another shot. I mean, do you think another attack spell is worth it?
No.
There's the breastplate.
Armor.
That's
Nice
a good call.
He's at 2 armor now.
Mm-hmm. And the ability to have recurring retaliates.
Yep, for 2 mana.
I think it's interesting he chose the non-eternal servant to challenge.
Well, that way
he is going to use a fire stream. Man.
All right,
wow.
he gets it. He gets it.
Is that a low roll compared to the other one?
It evens out.
Yeah.
I mean, he spent what, 8 mana versus the ballista, which is 8, I think.
Yep. But he also spent 4 spellbook points, and the paladin spent 2. So.
Yeah, that's good.
And 2 actions versus 1.
Yeah.
Yep. And he took 5 damage for it.
Yeah.
So.
I'd say it was a benefit.
Ballista's a good trade. There's a bear strength and a buff from the Hand of Imshallah.
Oh, he's going armor or melee.
Yeah,
Okay. I mean, this is the cards.
And a Hawkeye. All right.
Luminous Blast here.
Yeah.
He only has 4 mana.
Oh, we're gonna see a pillar.
Dazzle.
Or what is it called? Oh, it's Dazzle.
Still.
Whoa! Look at that roll.
4 critical and a stagger. The stagger makes it so that he does less damage. That's pretty smart, actually.
2 dice less. Yeah.
And the paladin's at full health, so that zombie's going to counter strike for 2 dice.
That was a cool move, man.
Oh, he just killed it. I think he just killed it.
Yeah, he did 7 damage. So
he'll get 2 valor for the round, I think. Once for attacking his thing, and another one for killing it.
Yeah, he should get 2 valor. There he goes.
4 damage, I think it is.
And he's gonna guard.
2 mana for the guard.
He's setting his.
I think he thought it was the Eternal Servant one. Yeah, they're gonna figure it out here.
Oh yeah, sure. Jason chose that on purpose.
Mm-hmm. There it goes.
Very cool play out of Jason, using the dazzle.
Just assumed he did something dumb.
No, it's the opposite. I think it was smart.
No, I'm just red dice saying I didn't see which one you could hit, but you assumed that he did something dumb. Like, yeah.
Ooh, what is this?
Curses.
Probably a Mage Bane.
Oh, he's gonna retreat. Interesting.
Well, the ballista's gone, so now he doesn't have to really be right there.
Oh, the ballista's not epic or anything like that, so
I could cast another one.
Yep.
I think this kind of shows just how big of a deal, though, not dissolving that sword is.
Yeah, well, that's the challenge, and then the sword. It has +2 versus non-living, right?
And then
And how many dice did he roll there? 4 for the sword, 1 for the gloves, 1 for the ring, so that's 6, and then he had a bear strength.
Right.
Yeah.
And bear strength is 8, and then Malachi was 9. He rolled 9 dice and got 7 crit damage with a paladin reroll if he needed it.
Yep.
So.
He probably.
Oh, and he had Hand of Imshallah too. So he rolled 10 dice.
Probably would have gotten it, but he would have saved the valor at least.
What do you think Red put on him?
I think ideally it's an agony.
I don't know if agony does that much. I think enfeeble would be a really good choice there.
Make him slow.
Yeah.
Yeah, slow is brutal against solo.
Mm-hmm.
Pillar in the graveyard zone is terrifying to deal with.
Well, spawning a creature out of the graveyard does not trigger the pillar attack.
It's true.
No, it doesn't.
But it can't get out of there before it gets hit.
Yeah. It's just you either don't use it or it's going to be a target for, a 6-die attack.
He did remember to put his 2 mana or 3 mana for the brute dying. Did he? I don't think he remembered that.
It has 3.
Yeah, but this is the upkeep. I don't think he's used it.
How does he get 3? Oh, I guess you're right. He should have additional 3, shouldn't he?
I think he should have 3 more mana on there.
Yes.
It's equal to level, right?
Yep.
Level.
It happens.
Divine Challenge going down.
Ooh, and it's on Red Dice's initiative.
Yeah,
That's brave.
That might be dangerous.
Yeah, that's a mistake. He should be challenging on his own initiative.
Especially when Red Dice has 24 mana, because he can just reanimate the thing.
Yeah.
Exactly. So all you're doing is forcing a lockup of 11 mana out of the 24. Though he does have the mana, or the Valor, I mean, to pull the challenge marker back if he needed to.
It's true. Waste of Valor, in my opinion, but...
It is.
Is it an action to do that?
No.
To
Ooh, he's going to Seeking Dispel himself. Nice.
Very good.
And we see the
Mage Bane. Okay.
The issue with that Battleforge being so far back, he can't keep reinforcing himself.
That's true. He couldn't get anything out from the Battleforge that turn.
Sort of a nice thing for Red Dice by putting his graveyard in the corner.
Man, there's another thing.
That was Mage Bane. That was a solid choice.
Because the first time you cast something, it triggers Bloodthirsty.
Yeah, he's getting rid of Bear Strength.
Dispelling the Bear Strength. All right.
This is a great idea. I mean, Dispel, it reduces his total dice. So instead of like giving yourself more armor to like deal with the dice, he's going, you're going to attack whatever, so I'm just going to take away your dice potential. I like that as a defensive play. You don't really see that enough. Let me ask Puddnhead a question. What's he asking you?
I think he asked me about Enfeeble here, whether or not he has to reveal it before the move.
Yeah, and the
I
answer
believe. Yeah, because I believe during the crossing the zone border, there's a step in there where you could reveal enchantment, right?
Yep. There's multiple steps into moving, and if you reveal at any point in time, it's before the check to see if you have another action after the move step.
Right. But those steps don't happen in Octagon.
Yeah.
So you have to say, "Hey, I'm revealing this."
Yeah. Right. Usually they move, and then someone goes, "Okay," that sort of thing. Oh, debilitate.
Well, he thinks
debilitate would be brutal against this.
I'm not a fan of that card. It's thankfully only a promo at this point.
It's tough, man.
And the Altar of Infernia are really rough.
He regards, man.
They shut down an archetype.
Yeah.
Somewhat. So that's a problem, in my opinion. Mages already have a hard enough time, and to be able to be shut down with one card, I think, is a mistake. I hope it never gets released as an actual release card.
The Altar of Infernia? Or
the Altar is at least something. It's a conjuration. There's lots of ways to get around it, but you can have up to what? It's probably level 1 even. So you could probably have 6 debilitates. So it's like, I think it's for the game.
It's tough.
We saw in this situation, we see the I don't know what he's doing.
Why did he leave?
He wants his Battleforge, man.
Yeah.
In this situation, we did see that the monk got him to be able to use his action last.
That's a good point.
So that was pretty good.
Yeah, he doesn't feel confident walking in there.
If he can get another ballista out, some of these guys to come after him again, then he can maybe snipe these non-eternal servants and get rid of them. And if you get rid of 3 brutes out of the 4,
oh yeah,
good.
Yeah, I don't know if Red has he's got to have other zombies in there, probably.
I'm sure he does. But
the longer this game goes, the stronger Red's going to get with this meditation amulet.
But if he's dumping it all into brutes, well, he's not even doing that and just that. Because he could deploy a creature off the graveyard and off of his mage this way, and double up every few rounds.
Yeah, guess we'll just see what happens here. I'm kind of surprised at the solo mage. I thought the solo mage archetype was just not viable.
No, but he has 16 mana. He might be able to drop a creature here.
You really want to drop a creature on the other person's initiative, though.
He might have a banner, and he's just saving up his mana so he can just get 2 out.
The banner is one way to be like, and actually, now I'm in charge.
Not solo.
Yeah, right.
It's a great swing card.
So.
Yeah, it takes a lot of mana to get decent creatures out of it, though.
It's
costs
true.
Seven on its own.
Yeah.
One dude or a partial dude.
Yeah, usually you get 3, so it... What is it, 3 or 2?
You get 2 every upkeep.
Yes.
Or, yeah, around
so it usually costs
channel.
you like 5 when you do.
So it costs you 5.
If you want to use it right away. And, you know... It's sort of like full actions is worth 2 to 3 mana, so it sort of evens out because you get 2 creatures out of it, but... You know, it's sort of an opportunity thing more than anything.
It allows you to move and possibly cast creatures. So
yeah, exactly.
And even you can 0 to 1 cast it and or deploy those 2.
Yeah. What do you think is on that Battleforge?
Something cheap.
If he's going defensive, I think it's going to be a mage.
Maybe a... Yeah, I don't know.
Rift belt.
Maybe Mage Wand. Maybe Vet Belt.
Yeah, belt. Yeah, that's a possibility.
I mean, it could just be leather.
Pants.
So I'm going to guess something. Like if he's going to drop a creature, he's going to need it, whatever that cast, to be somewhat inexpensive.
You Mage Wand, you called it.
You called it.
He's probably worried about teleports.
Yep. So that's probably a teleport wand.
You see
it's
a
either
zombie
that or
minion?
say Seeking Dispel or something like that.
But he could also...
He
revealed that just in case it was a Seeking Dispel wand.
Yeah. That was a smart choice.
Mm-hmm. Both sides are kind of playing decently, I think, up to this point. You're going to have a hard time preventing the loss of at least 1 creature or 2 to a buffed up solo mage, especially a paladin with the challenge.
Yeah, I mean, paladin is probably one of the better solo mage, mages to do that with. Just because ballista is a great backup tool, so you're not really solo, but you are at the same time with it.
Yeah, you got Battlefords for pretty cheap.
Yeah. I would love to see a Cassio here, really. I think he could get a lot more aggressive if he had her out.
You might cast in Divine Reversals and stuff.
Yeah. I actually think Cassio would be better than Monk, to be honest.
Well, he's using his mana on Battleforge right now.
Yeah, that's true. And we see red dice getting aggressive here.
Hey, look at that. You're calling it.
He spent 2 mana to get the guard marker.
You can even do the monk job with Cassio by doing remove curse. Well, you may not want to do that here.
Yeah, it seems like having curses is pretty important there.
Well, and the fact that he actually has an enfeeble on him, you might want to actually get rid of it.
Using remove curse. I think Red Dice plans some sort of force push or teleport, but Jason casted an enchantment himself, and he's afraid to nullify, I think. Because Red Dice has 9 mana, but he's not using his spellbook points. So you see how he moved back and forth? He wants to be aggressive, but he's not sure how he can do it anymore. Oh, I like that.
That's a curse item.
I dig that a lot.
Oh, he decided to meditate and then cast that. Yeah.
Yep. I bet that other card's like a force push or a teleport though.
We will never know.
Able to say you're stuck, and now I'm gonna move you around.
So in this situation, do you let your armor die or do you take the damage?
Let's see. I would. He's already got 1 damage. No, he has no damage. You let it go. That way you don't trigger Bloodthirsty on the brutes.
If he has a regrowth on, he might just be able to counter it.
Well, it's your opponent's initiative too, so.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean that Bloodthirsty. That's a little brutal.
Get it? Get it? Brutal? Get it?
Yeah.
Thank you, Puddin.
Yeah, I think pretty much the right choice is to just be like, okay, that was a dissolve.
Right, and you let it go and deploy another one.
Yeah.
They cost about the same.
Yeah, it's exactly the same. 6 and 6.
Yeah.
So
you let it go and deploy another set. Oh no, he took the 2 damage.
Yeah.
Oh, I think that's a mistake.
And he's not revealing regrowth, although he still might have it.
I think at this point he doesn't have it, probably.
Correct.
I mean, he's only got 10 mana, though.
Well, it could be that he's going to do a healing charm or something like that from Cassiel, where she reveal that, cure that 2 damage off, get rid of the bloodthirsty.
Oh, that would be so mean. To wait for the brute to attack and be like, healing charm, I'm not hurt.
That's right. Neener.
That would be awesome, actually.
So, in this instance where you're playing a mage wand and your paladin sword and the like, the gauntlets of strength is a mistake at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. No, you need to have
totally
the champion's gauntlets.
You run the champion's gauntlets, and if they get rid of them, maybe you have a backup gauntlet of strength. Because they probably also got rid of the thing you were protecting.
Yeah, I totally agree. Letting 5 spellbook points minimum, which is the mage wand and the spell, go for free without even using the mage wand itself, that's way too much of a loss.
Could be a nullify, though. He could have
doesn't
a
help you against crumble.
Doesn't help you against crumble, but the necromancer can't get crumble off right now.
Yeah, he didn't move. That's right. So that actually does speak. He might have a nullify on then.
Right. But all he does is hits the mage with another curse, move up, and dispel or dissolve, and it's done.
Yep, it's true. Yeah. And he's got the mana for it. But yeah, especially if you're going to run Mage Wand and try and get some use out of it, I just always Champion's Gauntlet or Mage Wand. Every single time.
Against dark mages in general, you can expect curse frenzies. Because all of them are going to have at least a few curses.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Mage Wand is just too good to pass up.
Right. So, and then if you're running a Mage Wand, chances are it's going to be a Dispel or it is Seeking Dispel potentially as your first option that you're going to bind to it. Down this route, Champion's Gauntlets make the most sense. You force your opponent to have to get rid of those gauntlets before they can do anything about your other stuff.
Those freaking gauntlets.
Yeah, I don't think the one melee is really worth not having a champion's gauntlets.
Right.
I like the gauntlets of strength on the Bloodwave Warlord or the Warlock or the Beastmaster because all of a sudden your basic punch is 5 dice.
Mm-hmm.
Now, unless you're going to be running a Mage Wand with your Warlord, then I wouldn't use the gauntlets. I'd use the champion ones.
Here's the other thing. Your opponent has initiative. He hits you with a poison blood. Or what have you.
He's going after Cassiel.
The rock. Cassiel has Aegis.
Yep. So 3 damage. And a daze.
Uh-oh. Double rock. Kills her on average, does it?
It does on average, but I don't think he got that. Yeah, he got below average that time.
A shot.
Looks like Red Dice has 45 cards and SirJason has 48 cards.
He also has 2 mana left, so he cannot recover his Eternal Servant.
That's true. Now's the time to strike.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, you're running into the death zone.
I think you activate Cassiel here by moving her back and dumping whatever that healing is on the mage.
Well, she's not in danger.
I understand, but you force the mage to continue throwing rocks at it by having to move into your zone when you pummel him with your sword.
Yeah, but he can do that later.
I would love to see like a consecrated ground on the graveyard zone or something like that.
Well, that'd be really good.
He's gonna move the brute
Oh.
back.
Just force red dice to say like I can't be safe here. You know.
Jason must have passed and allowed the.
No, he used the monk.
Oh, he used the monk. Okay. He let his prey get away.
Yeah, I think he should have run in with the paladin right away.
Right.
Depending on what's on Cassiel. I mean, if Cassiel had like a consecrated ground on or something, like man, that would have been great to just run in with the paladin and be like,
well, he can't run in because he's got the enfeeble on.
Oh, that's true.
Ooh, Ballad of Courage.
Oh, he's now.
Well, and another bear strength.
All right, here it comes, man. He's going for the kill here.
Well, he's not.
He's not fast.
He's not fast.
Right, so he's got to attack this other brute.
Yep, which he's probably okay with that. And he's going to remove a Valor to get a burn chance, extra burn chance.
Yeah, that's a solid move.
Because he's going to get more than 4 damage.
Problem is, the counter punch is going to be 6 dice.
Yeah, I mean, he should have let go of that armor, I think.
13 dice. Oh my god, 13 dice.
And he can't re-roll any of it.
And a burn. There it is.
Yeah, I mean, if he had done...
Oh, look at that counterattack.
Wow, ouch. Now, if he had done that instead of the monk and done that on the challenge target, he would have rolled 4 dice and been able to re-roll those 5 blanks.
Yeah.
And he would have killed the brute.
And he probably would have one-shot it, yeah.
Oh, another 6 damage to the paladin. Brutal.
That was a misplay.
And this is why a lot of people say brutes are really good.
They roll 100. They roll 150% damage all the time.
Yeah, like he's got what?
I don't agree with this.
He's trying to get the damage he needs, but I mean, he knows Castiel is safe. It's just kind of like, eh.
Well, not next turn. Next turn, Castiel's not safe.
That's fair. Oh man, this minion's gonna wreck too.
That's rough.
Minion rolls.
I think in that instance, that was a mistake to run in there.
I mean, that's the issue with solo mages.
Well, it was a mistake to not run in there at the beginning.
Yeah. Earlier, yeah.
Because you've got to kill that challenge target, right? And I think instead of a mage wand, you deploy the signet, and then you go.
No.
And then you go for the kill.
I would have liked that build personally.
Yeah, that would have been nice if you're planning to run in.
I mean, are you saying signet just because of the aura potential?
Yeah, I mean, if you can get the extra dice and the extra piercing, I mean, or even really just get the one where you can do a direct damage if you get cursed. Like,
oh yeah, that one. That's a good one.
There's yeah, or if you have smite, if he has smite in his deck, that would be totally worth it.
He's out of range of his battle forge. It would have been better for him to pull the with maybe even a simple force push, up the challenge target into his zone.
Yep.
And not cast the Ballad of Courage and all that. Just whack the thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yep. That would have been really good. Hey, guess what? A Force Master would have done that.
Mm-hmm. Because then he would still be in range of his battle forge. And now he's opened himself up to minions. Challenge target is in the other zone still.
Yep, sure is. It is his initiative now, though.
It is. And Did he? There's still plenty. Did he take the extra 2 damage to keep his armor?
Yeah, I think he did.
He's out of range of his battle forge. He has to take it. Has to keep that armor on.
I don't think you're allowed to switch with the battle forge, right?
Oh, but he could have let it die and then deploy a new one.
Oh, I gotcha. Yeah. So we haven't seen this wand yet. Do you think it's some sort of heal?
I know what it is, so I'm not going to say.
Fair enough. Obviously, it's not heal. I don't know. It still could be. That brute has 1 life left.
Yeah, it does. Can get judged. Can be talked to severely by some angel.
Yeah, and then fall over.
Just like, your intestines, they're burning. It smells disgusting. What are you doing? It's like, I'll just die now.
Right.
I'm so embarrassed in front of the angel.
Man. It is interesting that he's managed to basically keep that other brute out of the fight by making it really dangerous for it to be around.
I like the zombie minion follow-up. I think those are really solid creatures.
They are.
Like, this game could actually end this round if Jason isn't careful.
He's got 18 damage. Half his life is gone.
Yeah.
Just in those couple hits.
Yep. I mean, 2 hits from brutes and 1 hit from a minion.
Yep.
And then, like 4 damage from the curse?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, so, like, you're probably going to take 2 damage, unless, actually you won't, because you won't die to that, but, like, you know, like, if he doesn't actually get out, he could seriously take a ton of damage here, and just, it's over then.
That's just the creatures, too. I mean, the mage can still add in some heavy damage, too, if he wanted it. He's got 12 mana. Boulder and a rock, isn't it?
Oh, yeah. 7 and 5. Or 4.
8 and 4.
8 and 4.
8 and 4. That's right.
8 and 4 mana wise, 7 and 5 dice wise. So that's 12 dice.
With 2 armor, so you're probably going to be taking what is that, like?
You're probably taking 10 damage.
Somewhere in there, yeah.
It's 2 different attacks. So
yeah, 8 to 10 damage, yeah. Somewhere in there.
Right. And then you got all these and one of them has the challenge, which
yeah, that could be a real dangerous thing.
He'll go in there and possibly kill his challenge target and then get swarmed by 2 minions and a brute and the mage.
Yep. It's a dangerous place to be. I have been in this place with a paladin before, and it is a very dangerous place to be.
He's got 10 mana. Monk, what he could do is run in there, attack the brute, kill the brute, drop a and
drop a pillar
in the zone he's in.
Yeah.
And then if he doesn't kill the brute, have a shot at finishing the brute and keep those other creatures off of him.
I think he's going to lose Cassiel.
Mm-hmm. Either
way. Like, if he doesn't run away, I think Red Dice should just kill the mage. But he needs to play defensively, I think. And if he does, then I think Cassiel's dead.
Yeah, I running in there with Cassiel was a mistake, I think.
Would you put a card on Cassiel this round?
Nope. Because it's going to die during quick cast.
Yeah.
Especially if you're thinking about attacking this other brute with it.
Oh, yeah. What do you do? Like, dazzle it? Hope you die.
Right.
I mean, granted, it probably will, but, like, still.
How
and
awesome.
Just like there's just not enough people running like purge magics. Like that's the one thing I think about whenever I see a solo mage. It's just like, all right, surging wave, purge magic, game's gonna be wrapped up. You know?
Fast quick.
Oh, look at that damage.
That's from a surging wave.
And we're gonna see another 3.
Yeah, we got the push. Yeah.
You got lucky with that damage.
You should bash him.
2 armor. Shouldn't be that much damage. Oh, Hail's in this game. Nice.
Yeah, long time no see.
Yeah. Oh, he got 2 damage. Super lucky rolls there.
Yeah, it's a lot of crits going on here.
Yeah, exactly. Almost like
and all of a sudden, he is 2/3 dead.
Yep.
Yeah. That's scary.
And he's got the days on there for the slam. That turn to days when he activates.
That's super scary. Because he can't even dazzle reliably unless you attack first.
Right.
What a run.
He cannot run that far.
Cannot.
He's got ballad.
Oh, no. Well, yeah, but he can't be hindered.
But he's got an enfeeble.
He can't be hindered, and he's fast and slow.
You are right, yeah.
No, he's normal.
Actually, you're right. He can double move.
He can do that. That is okay. And therefore, Cassiel dies.
Yeah. And this was the...
Okay,
if you run your paladin away, let's kill Cassiel. Call it a day.
And there's the damage you need. Doesn't even need a wall bash.
Nice. Did he pay 2 mana for that card?
2 mana for what card?
For the paladin card?
The guard? Yeah, because he was at 10.
Oh, he was. Okay, cool.
Yeah, he was fine.
The monk gave him mana too.
Yep. Oh, I'm seeing a lot of attack spells from this Necromancer, which is kind of unorthodox.
It depends on what you normally face. I don't think it's unorthodox at all.
Well, yeah, but you are one of those people that loves attack spells.
No, I also know people who do heavy attack spells, not just me. Yeah. Surprising. Let's put it this way. It's not surprising to me.
Not surprising to you. I'm not saying that it's a bad choice. I'm saying that a lot of people that run Necromancer don't mostly rely on creatures. They don't really rely on attack spells unless it's like a couple of boulders, you know?
I usually like Drain is what I do.
Yeah.
Drain Life or Soul or Siphon.
Now he's going to pull this swarm and move it forward.
Oh, man.
No, he's guarding.
Really cool.
He's just staying put.
I mean, he thinks he's going to win the long game, but...
Yeah, but this seems that he should press his advantage while he can.
I mean, Jason can heal.
Not if Red Dice drops Deathlock this turn.
Oh, that would be great.
Deathlock on the first quick cast on your initiative.
All right, toilet time. I think honestly, Jason needs to try the regrowth and just see if that would, bring out the Deathlock.
Oh, right. And then he can bring out his other ballista to help knock it down.
Mm. I mean, Red Dice is in a pretty commanding lead right now, though.
It is.
It's true. He's a little low on mana this turn, but meditation can fix that.
If he has a nullify or not?
Red Dice?
We don't. Yeah, we don't. We haven't seen it.
Yeah, Jason? We don't know.
Okay, gotcha.
He has not been enchanted since it came down.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure.
And we don't know if Red Dice has a nullify either.
I think Jason cast that Mage Wand a bit too early.
Like a good play at the time, but he hasn't used it.
Like, I think he was trying to counter the curses, and he went about it in like a overcompensating way.
He could let the armor go into play.
Yeah,
another set of armor or something else.
Excuse me, everybody. Right. Sorry about that.
And that brute didn't actually die. That sucks, man.
Well, at least it can't be healed.
Yeah, right. Yet. Cast kill.
Man, oh man.
I'm going to guess that the monk's going to start moving forward to help out.
I mean, Jason has 18 mana, so we should see some creatures of some sort, or
Mm-hmm.
Something come out.
I don't know.
Oh,
if he
let's
has
see.
any.
He's got Knights of Westlock for 13 mana, Allendale for 15 mana,
Yeah.
13 mana, all of which leaves
Dorceus
him
would be good.
3 or more mana. Dorceus would be really good.
I mean, even those what was that the healing angels? I forget. They come in healing.
Messenger of
Messengers.
Imshala.
Yeah. Those would be a good choice as well.
You get Artemis out there.
Artemis, yes. I don't think I've ever used Artemis.
I have.
Is that bad? How is it?
She draws a lot of hate.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. I've faced Artemis, but I've never played it.
The funny thing is, she counters Cloak of Shadows, but Cloak of Shadows counters her too. Because she ignores Obscured, but her super attack is a light attack.
Oh my god, that's awesome! Actually, is it? She rolls 4 days, right?
Yeah.
Not bad.
Well, given that the Basilica is out, then Artemis or Lights of Dawn, one of the two, would not be surprising.
Yeah, and messengers have a light attack also, so you know.
Ah, right.
It would not be a bad choice. Even a
He's
Griffin.
gotta do something about that keeper instead.
Oh, that brute is lost its burn.
As we see the light creature getting chosen.
Boom.
Has Jason been healing with that BIM at all?
He did last turn.
He did? Nice. I would love to see like a Drain Soul go down or something and just like make him deal with that while you could poison.
Yeah, but if he's got the Nullify on, he's got to watch how he does it.
You got to test for that.
Man, I think.
Just test for that with another Mage Bane.
Yeah. Man, killing the opponent mage with like a double Drain Soul is one of the most satisfying feelings. Just like no dice roll, just bam, you know. Done.
I had a Necro book that got to 16 channeling so that I could have a Wand of Drained Soul.
That's awesome.
It was such a gimmick. And so I stand in the corner
how much life do you end up with? You know,
well, just stand in the corner and you know, guard myself with Skeletal Knights and Mort because I have so much mana. I can just pump those guys out
to help boost it up faster.
So good. That's so good.
And then you know,
just like,
that's right. I must have 48 mana.
Right.
I have 80 life at the end.
Just keep a Nullify on yourself. A Nullify enchantments transfuse your Mort or something.
Oh my god, Mort. What a great card.
And then Drain Soul every turn.
And take many of those before the opponent's dead.
Yeah, but you can Plague Master after that, so.
Mm-hmm.
It was so dumb. It was a gimmick book.
And he kept the armor. Wow.
Yeah, that armor should have been gone so many turns ago.
Yeah.
I think he's taken 8 damage off of that armor? 6 or 8 damage?
It's not worth 2 spell points. It's just not worth it.
Yeah. Because at this point, he has to cast a heal to counteract that curse.
Yeah.
Now he has to be worried about the double tap from the. He tests for Nullify and then ports you into the zone with all the creatures.
That could end this game.
Oh, there's the Deathlock.
Oh, great move out of Red Dice here.
Definitely.
Like, that's a huge problem.
Right.
Like, he could sword it down because he probably has the damage, but he'll just die if he does that.
But there's a guard in the zone.
Yeah,
too,
there's a living guard. Now,
that's right, Ballad of Courage is going to.
One Dazzle can deal with that, so I'm not too worried about it.
Dazzle him.
Oh, he takes the guard off of the brute.
That's weird.
It is weird because the minion is a pest, so it doesn't matter.
It's a weird choice.
What is? Oh, yeah, that is.
A lot of people don't know that, because I've seen a lot of games where it's just like, they play as if pest doesn't exist with zombies.
Well, I think it's because Zombie Frenzy makes it so that they lose pest, right?
Yeah. Is it pest? I thought it was.
They lose slow, they gain fast. They lose lumbering, they gain.
They just lose it.
And they gain bloodthirsty +1 or something.
It's something like that, yeah.
And here we go.
It is a Seeking Dispel wand, which is why it's been no use for the whole game.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Seeking Dispel wands.
No, I remember one game, I played a Seeking Dispel Thought Spore, and my opponent was so afraid of that Thought Spore for the whole game because it just kept stacking up mana, and it's like, what is on that spore? What do you need all that mana for?
That's hilarious. It just did nothing.
Yeah, it did nothing all game.
It caused fear.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess that works.
What did Red Days do?
He meditated. The interesting thing about something like that is opponent to be low on mana because he's revealing all of his enchantments.
Yeah, it's entirely possible.
Yeah, that's a good point. That is a good point.
Deployed some more armor.
He got rid of it?
He finally got rid of it.
Dude.
That thing did so much damage.
Yep.
Great move from Red Dice there.
Mm-hmm.
He's got 17 mana now, so we could recast that armor. He's probably thinking, do I have another mage wand to get a heal on this thing?
Does he spend the quick cast action to change the deployed spell on his wand?
And of course he's got to deal with that deathlock before he can even...
Yes, he does.
I guess if he had a Dorceus, he could just run away and do that.
Dorceus would be helpful right now.
This is a really tough situation. Like, before even PVS came out, dealing with Deathlock as a Holy Mage was extremely difficult.
Yeah, I think, what was the plan? What was your plan? To divine intervention Brogan and just kill it?
Yeah, I would bring Brogan in, I'd Battle Fury him, and either divine intervention or run him in, and just be like, he's going to die, but he's going to save a long game because of that.
Right.
So, like, a bunch of zombies would be like, time to kill Brogan, and I'd be like, I think I'd support him with what is it, the attack spells that daze and stun stuff?
Oh, Pillar of Light. Whatever.
Yeah. Because that's the attack spell you had back then.
Okay, so I think that one of the things that would help here is he should probably deploy the Steadfast Boots, get a mana from the monk, and cast Dorceus.
Yeah.
And again, maybe Dorceus gets ported out.
Yeah, well, that could happen.
It's a tough point. I mean, you might just get bouldered.
Yeah.
He's only got one armor, so
Yeah, I think you got to deploy an armor.
Mm-hmm.
And if you had Harshforged Plate in your book, I would totally put it on right now.
Oh yeah. There it is. Radiant Breastplate.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a brute. There's brute number 3, or number 4 actually.
4, yep.
All right, so he's at 3 armor.
Right, and if you manage to kill the, he's never going to be able to Eternal Servant another brute, because that he'd have to go on a new creature.
The piercing +1 is not that big a deal, in my opinion.
No, it's the ability to get a recurring creature.
Yeah. I like to do it on Deathfang.
Yeah, it's a good creature.
That's the Biblo method.
Because he's fast and he already has a piercing, so you can get through 2 armor, which is pretty good.
Man, I love watching Biblo Necromancer games. He's got just like finesse about it. Like if you ever like go back and watch the old Thunderdome Biblo videos, they are like super solid.
I remember what game was that? I played a game against one of his necromancers when he was in town, and he had the Ivarium longbow in his necromancer book, and he was just like, wall of skeletons, and I shoot you from behind it. It was pretty funny.
Okay.
Man, he's just waiting. He knows that paladin has to come over here to attack that deathlock.
Right. Got it out of dazzle range too. Ooh. I don't know how. On bringing out Dorceus next round. He can't heal until he gets rid of that deathlock.
Yeah, he's got to do something. And he doesn't have a Castiel to cast Martyr's Restoration on him.
Right. It'd be pretty cool for Castiel to do 2 of those and then wipe herself out. Here, have 10 life.
I think I've done that before. I think she can only do 8 though, because she only has 8 health.
Ah.
And Martyr's Restoration says up to.
Ah, right. That makes sense.
So now we're just kind of standing here waiting. See who's going to make the first move here. Man, could you imagine being able to take damage off of a zombie brute?
Actually, you can if you run the unstable zombie.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of crazy. In a situation like this, that might actually be worth it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how often you get into a situation like this, though. I want to see this paladin cast Meteor.
Be hilarious.
Kill that deathlock. He's got a Hawkeye on. He'd get 10 dice. He's got to have a Kyros Favor in there somewhere.
He's got an awful lot of enchantments on. He has to be worried about an Arcane Corruption at some point.
Yeah, Arcane Corruption could be super bad for him. So we see leather boots, not steadfast boots. Maybe he's going to cast a creature this turn.
Definitely needs more on the board.
Well, it's going to take these brutes a while to get over to him, so he's got time.
That's why if he drops Dorceus now, he has a chance to get some healing out of it before the brutes arrive.
Yep.
The armor is helpful, but it's not enough.
Yeah, he's got, what, 4 armor on? Possibly a Brace Yourself?
Perhaps a Divine Protection, too.
Yeah. Yeah, Aegis is good. I like me some Aegis. I think my favorite Aegis mage, though, is the Siren.
Sure. Combined with the Shallow Sea is pretty strong. That's not so. He is probably just, and he'll have 14 for Dorceus and have 4 left, which would be
Another enchantment.
Yeah.
Ballad of Courage.
Yeah.
Lion Savagery. Yeah. I don't know what he's doing.
I don't know. Awful lot of enchants.
It is. This is the hyper enchant sort of a thing that you see a lot of Europeans run.
Oh no, he moved. Okay. What?
Oh my. A counter teleport.
Not so sure I agree with that play. Maybe he's going to try to put the hurt on him for this next round.
Yeah, I mean...
Especially since the mage hadn't activated yet.
Well, I mean, it's good on Red for using his mage last, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, man. Oh, what?
Wow.
I'm surprised he didn't just, like...
He was like, nope. And an Idol of Pestilence coming out. Now the hurt's
That's a really
on.
good play. That's
like
a good
that
play. Yeah.
And see how he puts it so far away from the Deathlock.
Deathlock, exactly.
It's a great choice here.
A really good play. Get ported. And he prepped the port.
That was a great counterplay. To just say, you know
sure
what,
was.
I'm gonna port myself, and if he chose to cast Dorcius or something, it would have been just a solid counter as well.
If he would have just ported Dorcius out and have it mauled.
So just super.
So he was ready for the creature coming out. So now, if he goes after the Deathlock, he's going to take 2 or 3 damage before he can get rid of the idol.
Oh,
yep.
Man.
And then there's zombies in there.
Yeah. I mean, he really needs the ballista with boulder or force hammer or something, and just try to kill that Deathlock, and then try to heal, and then deal with the idol, and hopefully the creatures don't get to you before then.
I like the graveyard play versus the book too. The book has the ability to travel with you, but it's also easier to get rid of.
Yeah, I'm a bigger fan of the book with skeletons, personally.
Man, he's pouring all of his attention onto that necromancer. I think he's like, all right, I got to kill this guy now or I'm dead.
Yeah. That's a good choice. Yeah.
He's got initiative, so I would expect another surging wave potentially, or a block, or
if red dice controls the mage, that would be
a wall of bones in the middle.
Oh, that
Pass
would be
to
so
him.
mean.
Yeah, I was like, okay, go around this.
I love Wall of Bones, man. So much shenanigans happens with Wall of Bones and Eel Gloverts.
Yeah, your Zoidberg necromancer is really irritating.
And if you extend it, he
That's
has to go down and then into the minions in order to
go through Deathlock.
go through the Deathlock. You can kill the Deathlock, you'll still die to the idol. So Red Dice is expecting to be attacked this round.
Yeah. I mean,
anything he could do to prevent the mage from advancing on him or attacking him would be the play. He pull the challenge marker back too?
Yeah, he put the challenge marker on the necromancer using 2 valor.
And the light +1.
Yep. I mean, he's got a guard in there, so unless he's got elusive somehow.
Well, if you're playing a solo mage, you probably have the ability to be elusive if you need it. Got a mongoose agility on.
Yeah, I mean, if Red can snipe that with a Seeking Dispel right now, man.
I think I wouldn't do that. I think I would just interpose.
Yeah, Wall would be a good choice at this point. And that's why you put walls in all of your books.
They're randomly awesome.
Yeah, they're just certain situations. It's like a wall wins me this game right now.
The Dark Wall, especially,
is the best in the game. Yep.
Yeah, Wall of Bones is the reason I'm thinking about putting Upheaval in all of my books.
That's fair.
Because Upheaval just is like, all right, fine, get this
or a Tanglevine
thing out of my way.
He could be Tanglevine.
It's a really good choice too.
However, if he reveals Ballad of Courage, I think the Tanglevine doesn't stick, right?
I don't think so. Yeah.
Or does it?
No, it does. He's restrained.
It does.
It's restrained. Yeah. Oh, he's got a Cloak of Shadows here.
Okay.
Jinx.
Okay.
Interesting. Dude, why didn't he cast that right away after the teleport last round.
He's kicking himself for it.
Well, but the Necro did all of his actions. I guess you're right. He could have played it right then.
Oh, red dice.
Yep.
That was mean. I really like this play. So basically, he's saying you have to use a teleport in yourself to now just get to the point where I'm going to swarm and kill you. This is a great control down.
Oh,
so I mean,
yep.
Instead of the wall, Tanglevine works just as well. Just,
Yeah, the wall or the Tanglevine, either one.
Yeah, it's basically the same thing. In that sense.
Mage to come after him. Right?
Yeah. I like how he chose the cloak first. I wonder if that was on purpose because it wasn't his initiative.
Correct. Because he is like, ooh, this might be a jinx.
Yeah.
It also was an okay play too, where the may have kept him from being bouldered or something.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Is this a situation in which he should not have used the monk first again?
I don't think Jason has anything to play.
Well, I mean, if you're gonna pass anyway, just pass. You know, like wait until you have to use a creature to use a creature. A lot of passing going on here.
Mm-hmm. He's guarding his
He's guarding the idol. He's not actually guarding the Deathlock.
Deathlock, right?
But they might both not know that, or not care. Wolf Fury.
He's going to attack the Tanglevine.
Well, I mean, there are very few worlds in which this doesn't one-shot it. How many dice is he rolling?
I don't know, 16, 17.
It doesn't have the Belt of Courage anymore.
So it should be 8 or 9.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I think it's 9. 10 because of Hand of Imshala.
Well, there's no Malachi.
Malachi's on the Necro, so
4, 6, 7, 8, 9. So many dice. Why isn't it going on the Necro?
Because the Tanglevine's in the way, and Tanglevine is stupid.
It's really good.
If it had 6 health, it would still be worth casting. Another enchantment. Holy cow.
It's another ballad.
Well, now it's the Necro's action.
Right. He meditated probably.
No, it's his initiative, sorry. So if he has another Tanglevine, or a wall, or any... There's just so many things.
Can buy another round for the idol to continue its work.
Yep.
Could drop another enchantment on the mage and then Plague Master him.
Yeah. Well, no, it has to be a condition.
Oh, right. That's right. Part of the reason why some Necros run the Gorgon Archer.
Yeah, I like doing that. It's good. Plague Master is underrated. Can we talk a little bit about why the priest has a burn ability that costs 1 mana and the necromancer has a ping ability that costs 1 mana, except the priest only has 9 channels?
Yes, we could. The priest is just inferior. Wow, and Justin's he's drinking tea and recuperating some from his cold. So
he's not going to rise to your bait.
Yeah.
He knows he knows you're just a troll.
That's right. Pay me. All right. I need improvements for my bridge.
Just build another bridge.
Yeah.
Just don't go over that bridge anymore.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so what equipment is Forge?
What does he need?
Let's see. He's got
a regrowth belt, an iron vine, vet belt. Vet belt would work. Vet belt would be a good choice.
Vet belt. Yeah, I would guess so too. Right, it's going to be the belt slot.
Or another ring. I don't know what he needs another ring for, though.
He doesn't.
Oh, he's going to get rid of his mage wand. That's done almost nothing.
Right. That's a little rough.
But, hey, at least he gets a counterattack thing.
Potential defense to miss an attack.
Yep.
Though, however. I like the buckler a lot.
It is quite expensive, though.
It is expensive, though.
He's just looking for a defense in case he has to go melee. He might be teleporting this round.
Right.
Or force pushing or
I'd be stacking guards in my necromancer zone right now.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Well, he's got one in there.
He's got one, but a force push takes care of that.
I think going after that.
Of course, they could force push you too, so
if he could kill the Deathlock, then he has a shot at this game where he can heal up some.
It's very minor, but yeah, he has some chance.
Like if he has another Ballad of Courage on or a Cheetah Speed or something, he can kill that Deathlock right now. Those guards are not keeping it protected.
Correct.
I wonder if he knows that.
Smart person, so I'm going to guess yes.
Lion Savagery and Ballad of Courage and Mongoose Agility.
Kill.
I don't know. Looks
like
he's
going to
looks like he's not.
Shot the mage. Okay. He's going to try to kill the mage, which he does not have enough damage dice to do, does he?
I think he's rolling 18.
18?
I think he's rolling 18 dice.
Dang. I mean, it's worth a try.
I mean,
the Deathlock is out. You know, he's got a shield, and he's got a guard. So
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
15.
I think if he'd have deployed the vet belt,
15
came down, killed the Deathlock, heal, he might have done okay. This is how many? 18 dice, huh? This is
15 attack dice. 15.
15. I'm gonna cap out at 30.
And then he's gonna re-roll the 5 blanks, even though he's already done 15 damage.
This is actually pretty cool.
Yep.
Oh, 3 more blanks.
I really hope the Necromancer punches him to death.
18 damage. Holy cow.
He's just trying for a one-shot win here. The Hail Mary.
That was pretty cool.
This is it.
Always dazed. Oh, he's gonna enchant him. Is that a ghoul rat?
Wow. What is going on here?
Yeah.
Arcane corruption and ghoul rat, and that's death.
Beautiful play there. Great finish.
Yeah, the round he lost, it was a round he came in and attacked down into all those brutes.
Mm-hmm. I think honestly,
that brute's got a little lucky though.
not
Did,
casting,
but-
not casting regrowth or regrowth belts of some sort. I think actually hurt him a lot because oftentimes regen causes the Necro to want to deathlock early, and usually it's too early to actually it's to counter the passive healing, and usually that lets you plan how to kill the deathlock instead of it being like I'm almost dead.
Right.
Now deathlock him. You know what I mean? Like now I'm deathlocked. So like that's the one criticism I'll give about the paladin here, and that is regen is really popular for a reason against this.
Yep. Arcane corruption.
How do you guys feel about the game?
Boom.
I like the paladin and the ability to dish out a lot of damage like this. It's pretty cool. But
I think
that
you got to have some support.
You got to have some support, exactly. Something to handle your opponent's creatures, whether it's against a force, or not a force master, but a beast master, or a mirror match who's going to have some creatures.
Oh yeah.
You got to be able to have some support, because essentially what he was playing was much like a solo force master
Without force pull.
Yeah.
without the force pull.
Well, you also have the issue of how long it took him to be ready to hit the necromancer, right? It just, if you're hitting the necromancer when he's casting his second brute, you might stand a chance, right?
Right.
And I think, to me, that is a case against Meditating Monk here. Because when you cast Meditating Monk, you're standing in the corner instead of moving forward.
Right.
And if you're moving forward to cast your Battleforge in the middle, where you can use it, and you tempt the Necromancer to come out to deal with the Battleforge, I mean, I just think you're going to clash faster. And when you clash faster, you do more damage faster, and you win that race.
You might win the race, right?
I think it's a really good point.
But, the Meditating Monk allowed him to wait a little bit longer, but I don't think he used it optimally to do that, right? I think he should have passed and passed and passed and passed, and then used the Monk toward the end of all the actions. Now, it might not have changed anything, but at the same point, like, if you're going to use it to delay, use it when you have to use it, not right away. But there was some solid plays from Red there. I remember watching this game and being like, Arcane Corruption, where's Arcane Corruption? Where is his Arcane Corruption? It needs to be on there right now. And I honestly think the game could have been won a turn earlier if he had cast Arcane Corruption earlier. But it would have ended, obviously, differently. So he just waited until it was a guaranteed kill and then put it on there. So
another thing for a mage like the we saw here in the Paladin, some way of dealing with creatures would be very helpful. And one of those that would have at least minions is perhaps an Alluring Orchid.
Ooh.
Yeah. I've also seen Holy Mages run Pacify, too.
Right. That's just mana denial, though.
Well, I mean, mana denial means there's fewer zombies on the board.
Potentially.
Either that, or you gotta spend your action meditating just so your guys can attack.
Right.
And if you have to meditate early, then your mage is vulnerable.
Correct.
So, I don't know.
And instead of a Pacify, you just run the whatever it is, the suppression orb that makes them, all those creatures have to pay mana to attack you or to move, in which case then you kind of shut the swarms down a little bit by that nature, because you're running kind of solo-ish. That doesn't...
Yeah, and the Monk didn't move all game, so you're not really worried about that, right? And if you use Crystal instead of Monk, you can have a space for Mordok's Obelisk.
Mordok's Obelisk, yes. I dig it.
Because, I mean, as a paladin particularly, you are very good at singling out a creature and just annihilating it, right? So if you're forcing the swarm player to play with fewer creatures than they want to with Mordok's Obelisk, you can kill those creatures much faster without too many fears of repercussions. So, I mean, I would have liked to see some of that stuff in this game, I think.
Some way of negating swarms.
Yeah.
And he was really close to taking out another brute, but it just came up short.
Yeah. I think he could have actually won or gotten a lot closer to winning if that turn that he was ready to rush in with Ballad of Courage, like if he had actually chosen to do that instead of Meditating Monk first.
Right.
Like if he'd cast his
he would have got rid of one of the brutes.
Yeah, if he had cast his Ballad of Courage, he would have been able to attack his challenge target instead of the other brute and gotten the reroll and gotten the light plus damage, and then you would have seen a lot less damage coming at him that round. Also, if he had let the armor die, he could have taken less damage because he wouldn't have been activating Bloodthirsty.
Yeah, I think his forge hurt him some, and that's a direct result of him playing the monk too.
Right. So anyway, I mean, there's reasons to play monk, and I'm not going to say don't play it, but there are also reasons to not play monk.
Right. So if you're wanting to engage quickly, then yeah, the monk slows you down.
Yeah. Cool. Well, thanks for playing in the tournament, Sir Jason Craig and Red Dice Diaries, and thanks for watching, everybody. Great to have you here, Zot. Thanks for joining us.
Hey, you're welcome. Thanks for having me.
And everybody in the comments, tell Koshe to feel better soon.
And good luck to the remaining players in the event, and look forward to the next match.
That's right. Here we go. Goodbye.